even funny. And then like I didn't get to bed until like 3 a.m. Oh
shit!
God, I was just up all night. Just
stay up with you? Like you got...
No. She was tired and took a bath, and she's like, "I'm going to bed." And I was like, "Good night. I'm kind of restless." And she's like,
"Me."
Yeah. She's like, "I can tell." So, we're on. Hey, what's up?
What's up, everybody?
What's happening?
Welcome back. I don't know. I guess it's Jerry. What's up, Jerry?
Yo.
I don't know who's
whoever is doing the behind the scenes thing. Hello.
Whoever's in charge.
Yeah, Kyle. Hope you're doing well.
Kyle, yeah, I heard you're not doing well.
Yeah, we heard things.
The surgery didn't take, and your penis grew back. I have no idea. No, I heard your trouble with the surgery. That's all.
Speaking of growing back a penis, how was your wedding?
It was fabulous.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It was wonderful. It was one of the best weddings I've ever been to.
Nice. Do a lot of dancing.
That's all I do is dance at weddings.
Little Foursquare.
You can't. I don't even wait for the ceremony to end.
You just get out there and cut a rug.
I need to dance. I gotta dance.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the experience. Or on the experience. We're Fat Jack's Comic Crypt.
I don't know that.
I'm Brendan. That's Al.
What's up, everybody?
How you doing? Let's do yeah. Al is thankfully back.
Back, yeah. Thank you to Henry and to everybody responsible. I don't know. Thank you, everybody. Welcome.
Thank you, Henry. I imagine you're not watching because for some reason you can't get on this feed. Hasn't we talked about that before? Like he's unable to.
I don't know. I think he just doesn't like watching us for more than a couple minutes.
Yeah, he only has so long. Like I was saying to him, like, why would we ever review movies when the extent of the reviews are that shit sucked?
Oh no, that's happening. I'm putting that together. I'm gonna get a show with the two of them, and it's gonna be a film review hour. It probably would just be Facebook because I don't think the experience wants to pay us our full salary for wasting their time.
I'm not even sure the experience wants us to do this. So let's just keep it going until they politely ask us to go away.
Until we just don't get the link.
Yeah. Every week, I go to the email thinking that link's not going to be there.
This is the week it's going to happen.
Like we officially don't exist anymore in the experience. Speaking of which, like and subscribe.
Everybody, please like and subscribe in the chat if you can. Mr. Chamberlain, welcome back.
What's up, Mr. Chamberlain? How you doing there?
You're a champ, man. You sit through it.
Yeah, dude. I give you so much credit, but I can't watch 20 seconds of us. And you're polite enough to hang out with us all Sunday night. So anyway, let's do a quick little bit of business. Like I said, we're Fat Jack's Comic Crypt. We're here in Philadelphia. We also have another shop over in Jersey, over in Oakland. So we are we talk about books, but I get the impression from Mike, he would like if we sold more than we talked. I'm convinced that talking is what sells it, but I
mean, really, that's on you guys as the audience to buy these books.
Yeah,
Mike's not happy with the amount of books you're buying.
Well, we had our hangover episode last week, and yet I'm hungover today. But you're tired. The coffee didn't really hit.
Yeah. Coffee didn't really work.
But hey, man, we're going to make it for 2 hours. And how we're going to do it is we are going to claim books. Either our books that we have. We're going to have some comics here. We have a few books that were on our local show. But for anyone who didn't catch our local show, I wanted to give you the opportunity to see what we had on sale earlier. And then we also have some new books. And we have plenty more books. And we also have, if you follow us on our Instagram page, at the FJC Paradox, you have seen that we recently came into some Playmates Simpsons figures. So we'll talk about a few of them, try to do something new because obviously, as I whined miserably about last week, the 2 weeks prior, it's not going to be a lot of those. So we have to really figure out how to draw your attention in and hold it. So we're going to try some different stuff. Got some figures here. Talk about some Simpsons. It's Sunday night. Al and I grew up with them, like probably most of you have. If we get to it, I do have bundles, but I don't know if we're going to get to them. We also have maybe later in the show, we'll do a lightning round we haven't done in a while. I have a bunch of like late Silver Age, early mid Bronze Age Marvel DC. Now the condition and value that they're all out, they all range somewhere between like $5 to $10. But what we're going to do is we're just going to do them $2 each. That's if we get to them. Or if you really desperately want us to do it, let us know in the chat, and I will make it a point, no matter what, that we will absolutely do it at some point in the show. Now, if there is anything that you see behind me as I'm talking, no matter what I'm talking about, and you're interested in it and want to claim it, hit Al up in the chat. We'll answer any questions, let you know the prices, grades, all that kind of stuff, because we're going to need you to claim books in the chat. And I imagine most of you who are watching us now probably have watched this before, but if this is your first time, or maybe you've watched us but you've never purchased anything before, we're going to need to for you to contact us. And the best way to do that is hit us up on our email. Our email is fjccshow@gmail.com. That's where we're going to get your contact information, shipping, information, all that kind of stuff. Speaking of shipping information, Al, do we have anything we want to depart?
So shipping is going to be $7 for the first claim. We will combine shipping costs, obviously, or not obviously, but we'll combine shipping costs. We're not gonna gouge everybody. And to the unknown in the chat, I did get your email. We're gonna get you that tracking number. We'll figure out what happened with that. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. The book that went out last week hasn't showed up yet.
Ugh.
So we'll get that for you. We'll get it worked out. I just so you know, I did get that email.
Yeah.
And I think we do have probably a few Bart Simpsons that we can go through.
Yeah. No, actually, we have a couple Bart Simpsons. In fact, was that the first thing that kind of got brought up in the chat?
Well,
some people asking about it.
Somebody asked about, do we have a Bart Simpson? And then everybody wants Henry back. That's a given. Henry will be back. Maybe not this week or next week, but let's
hopefully never.
And to Mr. Lime, who asked in the chat who the favorite minor Simpsons character is. Are we the major characters just the family? Like, would Ned Flanders be a minor character, or is it like Cletus a minor character?
It's a great question. No, Cletus is definitely a minor character, right?
So Jason's favorite is Cletus.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, Jason, we have the Cletus Al figure.
I'll autograph it if you want.
Yeah. In fact, if you purchase this for $8, Al will sign it for you.
Yeah. I'll even give you an old yellow T-shirt.
An old yellow T-shirt. There you go. In fact, I gotta be honest. My favorite part of the Cletus figure is absolutely the roadkill rat. It's so funny, and the jug of moonshine, and Darlene even has a photo of Darlene.
So major characters are just the core family.
Okay.
Just the so Mr. Burns would be able. Okay.
Yeah. No. I know. I guess so. I mean, like, God,
we do ship everything USPS. If going forward, specifically, you don't want to ship USPS, just let us know. We can work that out too. But the book you're waiting on went USPS.
Did we ship USPS? That is that famous where we got called scumbags.
Yeah.
Was that USPS where we shipped it to Ohio? We shipped it out. Everything was fine. Somewhere along the line of when it left our hands and got to the buyer, the book, the box was ripped open.
Yep.
The comics were removed. Yep. And these people, instead of contacting us and being like, hey, something happened, can we talk about it? Immediately went on social media and accused us. What was the great thing they accused us of? We sold the book, then we boxed it up to ship, and then at the last minute decided to rip the box open, take the books out, sell them to somebody else for more money, and still ship an empty box?
And then had the courage to call up here and try and get tough with us on the phone that we shouldn't be doing such things.
Like, literally asked on social media to boycott us.
Yeah.
When was that? Was pre-pandemic, right?
That was right. That was like
right before.
I feel like maybe fall.
And I think that was the moment where Eric was like, we're not going to ship anything. And it's like, Eric, dude, we're not going to make it then. I mean, come on, dude. We got to enter the future. Like, and then what happened? A pandemic and a lockdown. And then you suddenly realize, wow, this kind of stuff is maybe important. Okay, real quick, just because we could talk and talk. But let's quickly point out a couple of the Bart Simpson figures. Now, we do not have the original Series 1 family, which was, your Homer, your Marge, your Bart, your Lisa, your Maggie. But probably the most valuable figure that we have here in this little collection we got our hands on is the Bartman figure. All right, so there we go. There's Bartman. He comes with 3 Radioactive Man comic books. He comes with the slingshot, and he comes with a rocket, because I have no idea what that's all about. Now, this figure can sometimes go around $40, $50, but tonight we are selling it for $30. So again, this is one of the more valuable figures, and definitely the most valuable that we have here tonight. And also, I'm pretty sure we do have the Daredevil Bart. I just have to find it here. So, yeah, it's right there. Okay. So then we also, this is the only other Bart that we have is the Daredevil Bart. So probably one of my all-time favorite episodes. It's
a great one.
Especially, again, it's the Homer crashing into the canyon, and then when they're pulling him back up, not only does he hit his head the whole time, the greatest punchline is he's finally put into the ambulance. The ambulance drives 10 feet, crashes into a tree. Homer falls out and then falls back down the gorge. So good. Man, Simpsons, you were genius at one point. I'm not trying to, that's too par for the course now for people to rag on it, but Simpsons was epic. So anyway, this is the Daredevil Bart figure.
I can make it.
Yeah, I can make it. He really did. There was a point where he thought he could. The Daredevil Bart figure is this is a $15 figure. It goes for around $20, $25 online, but tonight we're going to do it for $15. Oh, did someone claim that Bartman?
So the unknown, you got your Bartman figure.
Awesome. Good stuff, man.
Cool.
Yeah, we got our little, just because we're kind of we're talking about it right now, let me just point out two of my favorite of the Simpsons, not really friends of Bart or Lisa, but, classmates, let's say. Here we have the Martin Prince figure. Comes with his little IQ test from that famous early first season episode. His little books. The apple for when he kisses Mrs. Krabappel's, he's a butt kisser, as they call it, brown noser. He even has the little cookies from that first season episode. In fact, some of the best parts about these figures having come out between 1999 and 2004, most of the references, most of the little accessories that the figures have are all from the first 10 years, pretty much the golden age of The Simpsons. So this Martin Prince figure actually has a little bit of value if I can find it, but now suddenly I can't. Where the hell did Martin Prince go? Okay, damn. I think this is like a $20 figure, though. And then, bar none, we're talking about side characters that are some of the best. This is one of my all-time favorites. None other than Ralph Wiggum. I Taste Purple.
Yeah, he might be my favorite.
He's got to be.
He's
some of the great. I choose you.
My worm jumped in my mouth and then I ate it.
Oh my God, this is one of the best. This is actually one of the. There were a couple figures that I looked at and I was like, do I want to buy this?
Yeah, no, it was hard on mine.
And this is one of them. This Ralph Wiggum figure, this goes for, now this is a $20 figure. Again, this is one of the more valuable figures. This figure can sometimes get up to around $25, $30. And if you want a little throwback, right there is an old Fat Jack's Comic Crypt price sticker from maybe 2005.
Probably. Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. So there's our little Ralph Wiggum figure. And because I mentioned her already, and also she does have a bit of value, is our Edna Krabappel. Something. Oh, is it a good joke?
Bro, just throwing Ralph Wiggum quotes.
Oh, nice. It's too funny, man. It's just any Ralph Wiggum.
He was like, "Go banana."
Look, you can see the exact moment his heart broke. Just.
Oh man!
All right, here's our Edna Krabappel. Even has the God, who's the hockey player that they used the photo of? Gordie Howe.
Yeah.
Is it a Gordie? Yeah, it's a Gordie Howe photo from the famous episode where Bart and her sort of start a romantic pen pal, only to break her heart. The actress regrettably passed away many years ago, which is why you don't really see Edna Krabappel on the show anymore.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'm trying to remember her name. She did a lot of voices on the show, but the big one was Edna. And she was even she was married to Ned Flanders at one point, which is why the big joke is Ned has 2 dead wives. Yeah. Sorry, bud, we're closed. Have a great day. So here we go. This is our Edna Krabappel, which we have here. Oh, now this is a $20 figure, but this is a figure that can sometimes get you around $30. So there we go. That's our.
Did anybody find Edna Krabappel attractive?
There were moments.
Yeah.
There was something.
No, she could get it.
There was a quality. Well, like, what's the whole thing? She was doing the red lingerie thing, and she was like taking photos. It was weird.
I remember having that conversation in high school and getting weird looks for saying that.
I guess it depends if you find the archetype of teachers and librarians attractive.
I mean, yeah.
You know,
she was cool though. She was like a cool teacher to have. She was just like, I feel like I would have got along with her as a teacher.
Yes, I.
That's it. That's all I'm saying.
I think you might have.
Not to be weird.
Now these 4 figures that we have here, these are $12 figures. This one from Series 6 is the Snake action figure. He has his little. He's got his bag of money. He's got his revolver. His handcuffs that are broken. $12 figure. And then these were now these were not part of the original series. This was something separate. This was where they were called the All-Star Voices series. So this is where you get not only Troy McClure, who was just there's another like side character I love.
Yeah. No, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah. No, so you get the voice of Phil Hartman.
Anything Phil Hartman did. Yeah. Like anybody on that shows.
Did you know Phil Hartman was one of the co-writers on Pee-wee's Big Adventure?
Yeah.
I did not know. I completely. I rewatched Pee-wee's the other night, and I was like, Phil Hartman.
Wasn't he was on the original show? Like he was a cast member for a while.
Yeah. I think he was part of the stage like show and everything.
Yeah, no, he shows up like.
Yeah. So anyway, there's our Troy McClure $12 figure. You know, nice little. Whoops! Someone's taking the snake.
Snake to Mr. Kiernan.
All right, there you go. And we also get our Fat Tony, which also comes with a old Fat Jack's price sticker. You get his bat, you get his money, you get his cigar, you get another gun, featuring the voice of Joe Mantegna. So there you go. There's our little Fat Tony figure that is part of the voice, like the All-Star Voices series. What are we looking for? Price? 12. Yeah, 12. Yeah. In fact, real quick, because I know I have it over here, sticking with that. Now, this figure is an awesome one. One of the best of the guest stars. Now, this one has a little bit of value. This is a $20 figure, okay? But this is the Herb Powell, Unky Herb figure. This was the Homer's long-lost brother, the one Abe, Grandpa Simpson, should have kept instead of putting up for adoption, voiced by the incomparable Danny DeVito. Place Herb on any complete Springfield environment to hear him talk. I'm sorry, Homer, but I am still mad at you. How many episodes? It was only 2 episodes. The first one, and then he makes him go bankrupt with the
car.
With the car. What was the car called?
Wait, no, that's the same episode. And then he comes back.
But then he comes back like seasons later. Yeah.
Like the initial episode, he bankrupts him.
Yeah, he bankrupts him.
He comes back and he.
God, that car.
He gets the thing that makes Maggie talk.
That's right. Yes. There you go. But anyway, this Herb Powell figure, this is a $20 figure. This is actually one that's got a little bit of value there.
We don't have a Hank Scorpio figure, do we?
We do not. And in fact, I think the Hank Scorpio figure is one of the more valuable and rarer figures. But thank you for asking. We do have some stuff that is not on display. But to be very honest with you, the most expensive and rarest one that we had was that Bartman.
Yeah. We do have, if anybody's interested, there are a plethora of characters we just couldn't put out because there's so much.
Yeah,
so
we'll go in time because after we do this little, what do we got for time before we go to break?
I have no idea.
Okay, so what we do, we're going to probably have to go break in less than 10 minutes. So we're just going to do Simpsons figures right now. But if you do see some comics up here you're interested in, let Al know, and I'll stop and we'll talk about them. But for right now, let me just do a couple more Simpsons. So this is the Bumblebee Man. This was another very fun character. You get his little spoon with what is it? He was based off of a famous
There's a Bumblebee guy on Univision.
On Univision, right? Yeah, this is flat out. They were
I don't think he's on. I don't think they do that anymore.
Yeah, And wasn't he the guy where they did the makeup freckles?
Yeah,
yeah. It's so weird. Is that? Is that considered racist now?
I mean,
I don't know. But our Bumblebee Man here. This is a $12 figure. What was his little thing? I'm trying to remember.
Icaramba.
It was Icaramba. Okay. Yeah. He only works with the Krusty Burger? That's interesting. All right.
We had a Flash. Is the only other Bart the Daredevil Bart?
The Daredevil Bart, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Unknown, is that what you're looking for, the Daredevil Bart?
Yeah, the only other Bart Simpson figure we have here at all is the Daredevil Bart from that very famous, season 2? Season 2 or 3?
Yeah.
It's a really early one.
It's super early.
Yeah, super early. We've already had our fun jokes at Al's expense with our Cletus figure here. These 3 figures up here are $8. Here's our Dr. Hibbert, who has become more problematic in the years of what we've learned about Bill Cosby, who this character. I can't believe that they let him out of prison.
I can't.
And you know what's crazy? The lawyer that screwed up and did his job poorly was the same crappy lawyer for Trump's second impeachment defense team. Oh, God, man. Again, lawyers and doctors, there's always somebody who graduated at the bottom of their class, and yet they still have a job as a doctor and a lawyer. But here's our Dr. Hibbert for $8.
You got your
Daredevil Bart?
Daredevil Flash Bart.
Yeah. That one, what was that one again? That was a $15 one. That was one that has a little bit of value.
Cool.
So, here we have our Professor Frank, obviously playing off of the Jerry Lewis character of the Nutty Professor.
Yeah,
Flubber and all that.
Yeah, whatever.
You know what's so funny about The Simpsons? There are entire generations that all of the Simpsons references, and it's usually from the 50s, the 60s, a little bit of the 70s. Most generations now, younger generations, they'll have no clue what the Simpsons were actually satirizing or parodying. So in fact, I learned about Ingmar Bergman, the Swedish filmmaker who I love, primarily from references in Simpsons cartoons where I was like, what is that from? What is that from? And I was like a 10-year-old who looked it up and found out about the Seventh Seal and Wild Strawberries and all that stuff. What are we looking for?
Bart next to Krusty the Clown?
No, it's not Bart. It's Milhouse. Okay, this is the Krusty Lou Studios diorama, and you get a Milhouse figure with a really, really pissed off Krusty figure. So sorry, man. That is not Bart figure. That is Milhouse.
Did you still want the Daredevil figure? Let me know. I got a little confused on that. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Now this diorama, it's got a little bit of value to it. This is a $25 diorama.
Once you get 2 characters with it.
Yeah, no. That Krusty is really cool. But there's our Professor Fink. That's an $8 figure, and our other $8 figure is Captain McAllister, also known as the ship captain.
Sea captain.
Sea captain. Thank you. The sea captain. Arr. With you even get his the Frying Dutchman brand tuna and his little spear with the little cork and stuff like that. But this is also an $8 figure. Oh, so they wanted that diorama?
All right, okay, so you got it. No
cool,
problem.
cool, man. You got it, bud.
Just so I don't think it makes a difference. There's like a face mask that came off.
Oh, so it's loose in there.
It's loose in there, but it kind of protects the face from scuffing. So it's nothing.
It's not even right.
It's not part of the actual set. It's just a plastic buffer. But
yeah,
the figure looks fine. There's nothing there's no scuffing on it at all.
No, it's good. In fact, it actually it goes for around like $30 to sometimes $40 depending. But I went down to the 20, primarily just because there's wear on the box. Like here, you see in that like little corner.
Yeah.
So we definitely graded it as a upper mid grade, but primarily just about the box. The figures are all gorgeous.
And just so everybody's clear, these have been in the box, so we can't speak on if they're going to actually talk. Like if the batteries are still. There's probably a watch battery.
I mean, these are 20-year-old figures, man. These are 20. But again, what I do know about the figures, I think it's like, Al's right. It's like a watch battery. You can change the batteries.
So if it's not, don't expect it to.
Yeah.
You said that was $30 now?
No, 25.
25.
Yeah, that's a $25 one.
Right. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, so that was the one he thought was the bar, not the Daredevil bar. Cool. All right. Well, I'm glad we were able to clear that up.
Awesome.
And real quick, let's finish off before our break with these play sets. This one we have here is the Mayor Quimby, Simpsons' own Tricky Dick.
Simpsons' own mayor.
Miss Springfield. I'm surprised Miss Springfield isn't somewhere in that podium.
That would have been a sweet little.
Could you imagine what a dirty joke that would have been?
That would have been
Is it like right in the podium is Miss Springfield? Man, they got some mileage out of that joke, I'll tell you. But this is the Town Hall set, and the interactive figures are a lot. There's like at least 30 or 40 names here I'm looking at. So this is the Mayor Quimby Town Hall playset, and this set is, excuse me. Oh, actually, this is a cheap one. This is only $12. Nice. Yeah, this one is a little more affordable ones. And then we have now this one I actually think's got a little bit of value. Okay. This is about a $20 play set, which is around what they retailed for. I think all these play sets originally were like about $20. But this is, we brought it up in the local show. We'll show it up again. This is the Pimply Face teen figure with the Krusty Burger play set.
Oh, I love that kid.
I know, right?
That kid's great.
And the fact that he's
everywhere.
every crappy teen job.
He's at every job.
It's actually such a clever joke. There's one pimply face teen, and he's in every stereotypical crappy teenager job. So again, this is what did I say? $20?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
$20.
Retail. Yeah. Well, because this one I think goes for about like $25 to $30.
You got a Millhouse with a red suit on?
Yeah. Well,
on the bottom right, their bottom right. Oh,
is this the one? Because this is the Millhouse's Fallout Boy with the Rainer Wolfcastle's Radioactive Man. This is the lunar base diorama where you get to kind of put each of them onto the little lunar base thing and up and atom. So this is Millhouse's Fallout Boy with Rainer Wolfcastle as Radioactive Man. Now that set, actually, this one has a teeny bit of value. That's a $20 diorama. Oh, it actually worked.
A little fuzzy.
A little fuzzy.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be again because of how old these are. Most likely, if you take them out of the box, they're gonna need to have their batteries replaced. That's just the reality. And the last of the play sets that we have up front here. We got a couple back there. Now, those are a little bit cheaper, primarily because someone didn't tell me that they had removed the proof of purchase from the box. which affects the value a little bit. But this is a fun one. This is Apu, a Pin Pal Apu, actually. He's got the Pin Pal jacket and everything. And this is the Barney's Bowl-O-Rama set. So that's a Pin Pal Apu at the Barney's Bowl-O-Rama. Now, this set is $15.
Yo, we're going to take a quick break.
All right, so we're going to break. All right, see you all back after the break.
Running away, it's the living that's hard. Running away, it's the living that's hard.
Yo! We're just working out some, was it sent to the wrong address?
It was, it's USPS issues.
Ugh, man.
USPS fun.
Yeah. Thanks for calling us, though. Was that unknown?
That was. Thank you
Alright.
for the call.
Thank you. We appreciate it. Honestly, we'll try to work all this out as best we can. You know,
we're not. If you don't get we'll work it out. We'll definitely. It's just right now it's tricky.
Yeah. It's tough when you're doing a live stream and there's different things. All right. We'll get to them in a little bit because right now we're going to talk about some comic books. But I just put up a few new Simpsons figures, some of which are a little rare and have some value, especially one of them being one of my favorite side characters, Hans Moleman. But before that, we are going to talk about some comic books here. All right. For anyone who wasn't watching our local show who might be joining us now, I want to point out really quickly a few books that we had on the local show just so you can get a chance to see. The first one up here is these two. We had Free Comic Book Day yesterday. Again, thank you everyone for coming out. And part of Free Comic Book Day were these, they weren't free, which is why they're $20 each. But it was the variants that came with the two major DC titles. The first one being the Suicide Squad King Shark issue. Now this is what they refer to as the Virgin variant. That is a high grade, $20. And then we have the Batman and I Am Batman one-shot. That is also the Virgin variant. That is a $20 book. Both of them are high grade. I mean, they're beautiful. What we refer to as very fine near mint.
Just so everybody knows, just a little behind the scenes excitement for you. The free comic book day books are not free to us. So the incentive variants, it costs money to get the free comic day books, and with that you get an incentive variant. So not every shop is going to get those. Not everybody's going to have them. Just so everybody's aware. Also for people that just like taking one of everything and don't really care, come in and just snatch them all for no reason. Just think about that. Nah.
And like the people who only show up once a year at a comic book shop, take all the free comic books, and then tell Mike, I give these out for Halloween. And Mike's like, thanks. Why don't you come back and buy a trade? I mean, buy some books and give them out for Halloween.
Yeah, they sell those books now.
Hey, everyone do your own thing. I mean, we love doing it for comic book day.
It was actually quite calm yesterday.
Yeah, it was.
Like we usually have to. You can only take one of each, and it's a problem, and this and that. But yesterday, everybody's very chill.
I guess after everyone their entire lives have been shocked into by the past 2 years. It
was fun to walk in.
Yeah. Real quick, I do have, if anyone is interested, I do still have another copy of Amazing Fantasy #1, which is the first appearance of Arana. She is one of the many Spider characters. I think lately she's been a version of Spider-Girl or something. But this is also the first issue of her very first series. This is Arana, the Heart of the Spider. This is a very fine copy at $8. And then we also have the Marvel .1 one-shot. It's very fine near mint minus, primarily because this little stress mark there, $20. And the reason why this book has value, and it's been creeping up in value, is because it is the first appearance of Sam Alexander, who is the most recent Nova. And then we had a very gorgeous Michael Kaluta cover of Moon Knight #38, which is the very last issue of this series. This is a very fine plus copy at $30. We also had the 2-part Origin of Snake Eyes. Now, issue number 26 is very good, primarily because it's got these weird creases. It's only $4. It's a book that usually has a lot of value. But it's not just the condition that makes this $4, but also because it is a second print. But maybe you would want to purchase this, just be able to read the story, because the real issue that you want is issue number 27. Now, this is a first print. This is a very fine near mint minus graded copy at $20. You get a cool Snake Eyes versus Stormwatch fight. But more importantly, to someone like myself, it is the first appearance of Snake Eyes' pet wolf, Timber. All right. And then the other big book that we had on the local show off was Epic Illustrated #1 from 1980. Frank Frazetta cover, Silver Surfer Galactus story by Stan Lee, John Buscema, and Rick Veitch. You even get Jim Starlin in the first appearance of his creation, Dreadstar. This is a very fine plus copy at $30. And then we have heard that the production is stalled now, but these are still very rare books. This is the series Cowboy Ninja Viking, a character with multiple personalities who's also an assassin and who is a cowboy, a ninja, and a Viking. I mean, it's all there in the title. This is a very fine plus copy at $50 of the first issue, and issue number 2, which is a very fine near mint minus copy at $20. All right, so those are the books that we have that are left over from our local show. Now we have a couple books up here that are slightly new to us. Some we've had before, but let's. So one of them is kind of a key. A little 90s nostalgia. This is a very fine near mint minus copy, and that's primarily because what are they? Yeah, there's like a little scuff mark. But this is Beavis and Butthead #1. It is the first appearance of Beavis and Butthead in comics, but there's another first appearance of a character that actually gives this book a teeny bit more value, primarily because she is most likely going to get a new series on Comedy Central, I believe, before Beavis and Butthead do, and that is Daria. This is the first appearance of Daria. So this is Beavis and Butthead #1 from 1994. Very fine, near mint minus copy at $10. Breaking the jaw, scraping the jaw.
Does she appear in the Beavis and Butthead comic or in like a backup story?
No, she's in the comic.
She's in the comic.
Yeah.
Was Daria, was she a character on Beavis and Butthead?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then she got the spinoff. Yeah. In fact, I don't know if it was like a Funny or Die thing. It's on YouTube, but Aubrey Plaza does a really funny, like a Daria trailer, but it's like Daria is like a horror film or something. It's pretty cool. It's pretty funny. Okay, so now we're going to talk about 3 books. Well, technically it's 2 books, one of which is a variant. These are issues that they have a lot of intrigue or interest in it because there is a huge rumor, and it's one of those rumors about the MCU that I honestly hope is true. So as we all know, the Fantastic Four rights have reverted back to Marvel and Disney, and wrapped up in those Fantastic Four rights is not only Doctor Doom, Galactus, the Skrulls, Silver Surfer, all those kind of characters, but one of the characters that is wrapped up in those rights is Namor the Submariner. Now, during the event series, Avengers vs. X-Men, where multiple mutant characters were imbued with the Phoenix Force, one of those characters was Namor. And there is a moment that occurs within the Avengers vs. X-Men series, which I believe was like a Jonathan Hickman, Matt Fraction kind of concept. I don't know exactly, but are those being linked?
They are.
Or someone wanted to look at.
Mr. Kiernan, did you want both or just the first issue?
Yeah, let us know.
Let me know.
Yeah, we'll put them aside for you. All right, so and the one thing that they decided to do, which set off like some brilliant storylines within Jonathan Hickman's Avengers and New Avengers, leading to Hickman's Secret Wars, and it's an animosity that exists between these 2 characters for longer than I actually originally thought. In fact, there's some Bronze Age books where these 2 characters have butt heads. But I guess when you have 2 kings, they're not very likely, no matter how equal they are in many ways, they're not very likely to capitulate to one another very often. And the 2 kings that I'm obviously talking about is Namor and T'Challa, the Black Panther. Now, in Avengers vs. X-Men, when Namor got his Phoenix Force, he did something that has ramifications to this day, and that is he utterly destroyed Wakanda with a great big tidal wave, all that kind of stuff. Now, the rumor that I was talking about in regards to the MCU and the Disney stuff is the possibility that the Black Panther sequel, however they work out, how they do Black Panther, who's going to play it, all that kind of stuff, but it's very possible that they could introduce the character of Namor through an easy plot mechanic, a la Wakanda versus Atlantis. You have 2 major characters. You introduce one of the biggest Marvel, sometimes villain, sometimes hero character in Namor. You got lots of like Game of Thrones-esque kind of fights and drama and all this kind of stuff. It's honestly a concept that I really do hope makes it into the MCU. Obviously, a lot of you probably watched Avengers Endgame, and there's that great moment where the Dora Milaje talks about the earthquakes off the coast of Wakanda under the ocean. A lot of people are speculating that is then maybe setting the seeds for the introduction of Atlantis and Namor. Now, again, the whole point of all this is that event, the destruction of Wakanda by a completely methed out Namor, is Avengers vs. X-Men issue number 7 and issue number 8. Now, right now, these books aren't like blow your the doors off in terms of value, but they inch up in value little by little because there's a certain subset of fans that are convinced that this is happening. So real quick, let's talk about, so this is Avengers vs. X-Men. This is issue number 7. This is a very fine near mint copy, beautiful high grade. It's a $10 book, but this is the beginning where it's about to happen. It pretty much ends with Namor and a giant wave just rushing over Wakanda. Now, this was a 1 in 25 variant by Assad Rivik, where you have Hawkeye versus methed out Cyclops. This is a very fine near mint copy at $15, and that's actually the value of the variant. So there's not even any extra, speculation price to that. And in terms of a beautiful cover, and when the actual like destruction and war between Namor and Black Panther really starts to kind of kick off, is Avengers vs. X-Men issue number 8, very fine near mint copy at $6. All right. So there we go.
Real quick to everybody,
Yes.
the only variants we got for Free Comic Day were the two shown. Was the Tiger Shark? And
the King Shark and the Batman. Those are the only two variants that we got because I don't think did Marvel do any variants?
Apparently, there was a question in the chat about Stray Dogs variant that is only available in Cali. But these are the only two we got.
Well,
I don't know who else did one, but
really quickly, speaking of Stray Dogs variants, just in case anyone is interested, we do have the 5th print of issue number 1, which is the blank variant cover. Obviously, it's not the easiest thing to see because it's very light red contour lines and everything else is just really white. But this is cover price, so it is a $3.99 book. So if you're interested in the 5th printing of Stray Dogs number 1 and the blank variant, you can get it for cover price, $3.99. All right.
that's the only way you're getting that book for less than like $20.
Yeah.
So if you buy that 5th print.
Oh my God! Go look for. We were lucky. I look back now. What did we sell the Silence of the Lambs variant cover number 1 for? I think we sold it for like $30. That thing's
you sold it to the guy that came in.
Yeah. That tripled in value. Oh my God! Yeah. Like again, like as you experienced, somebody in was it Image? Is it Image book? Somebody by issue number 5 realized we have to stop making these horror poster variant covers cover price because those are the covers that everyone is clamoring for.
Yeah, they really effed up my run of Stray Dogs.
Yeah, because you had all the.
I had all the variants, and then they did
the 5th one.
The 5th one was an incentive Friday the 13th.
It was the original Friday the 13th, which is like the silhouette and the
And I don't think we even got it. Like I don't think we didn't qualify. We didn't qualify for that cover.
You're right. I don't think we got enough.
I
don't think we got enough. Which sucks because it's a book that sells really well in the secondary market for a lot of reasons. And I didn't get a chance to read the whole thing, but I did check out. It actually really is a good idea.
It's a good,
for anyone who doesn't know, Stray Dogs is all about the idea that there is a serial killer who, when they kill their victims, they take the victim's animal, usually a dog, and pretty much it kind of starts out as these like dogs in this house, and it's drawn like a Disney cartoon.
It's really a good idea.
Yeah.
If you need dogs.
And then the very end of the first issue, you realize actually they are imprisoned and trapped in a serial killer's house. And it goes from there. It's pretty wild, and you better believe somebody's going to make a movie or a show or something.
I mean, yeah, at this point.
It's such a good idea. Why not? All right, let's step in real quick. This is a copy that has come back into our possession again. This is primarily a very famous cover. This is Avengers issue number 125. This is a fine copy at $20. This is the first time that the Avengers fight Thanos. This is a very famous cover of Thanos and everything like that. This is a part of that famous Steve Englehart run, I think. Now I'm suddenly doubting myself.
Real quick on the Simpsons stuff.
Yeah. What's up?
Was there a Nelson Muntz in that?
No, sorry. We have no Nelson. The only bullies that we have was Kearney and Dolph.
Who the hell is Dolph?
I'll show you right in one moment.
To Mr. Skinner in the chat there, you may be new to our show. All the Simpsons figures are varying prices, varying conditions. Some have coupons cut, some don't. So if you see a figure that we already talked about that you're interested in, just hit us up in the chat. That's Dolph.
No, this is Kearney.
That's Kearney.
This is Kearney,
Yeah.
who's got the kid.
Yeah.
He's the one with the kid. Yeah. And he comes with a squishy and all that kind of stuff. And Kearney, I think, is an $8 figure. Here, one second. I think he's an $8 figure. Here, I'm just gonna
Thank you, Mr. Unknown.
All right, Mr. Unknown. Cool beans, man.
Right on.
Kearney is. Where are you, Kearney? Yeah, Kearney is an $8 figure. And another $8 figure, Al. This is Dolph, the third bully. Jimbo, Kearney, and Dolph.
Oh no shit! I never knew that kid's name.
Yeah, so that's Dolph.
He doesn't talk much.
No, he doesn't. This is also an $8 figure. And technically speaking, $8 was the original retail price for these figures. So there we go. There's Dolph. We got Kearney. And the only bully we are missing, no, the two bullies we're missing is Nelson and Jimbo. So there we go. All right. There we are. Okay. Yes, if anyone has any questions about The Simpsons, we got a few more figures here. Two big ones that I think we don't have up at the moment. You got Raging Willie, you got Sherry and Terry, but we'll get them in a little bit. Let us talk a little bit more about some of the comics that we have left up here. And hey, we're just making this up as we go. Just
I say fun. I say Thanos. Is that incorrect?
Thanos?
That you say Thanos?
Thanos
is one. Is it? I think it's just a.
Well, like Thanatos is sort of its original. That's the urge toward Eros and Thanatos, sex and death, the two greatest influences of all human behavior. In fact, let's be honest, the only reason we die the way we do is because of the way that we reproduce and have sex.
So I say Thanos. I say Thanos. He says Thanos.
God, it sounds like it should be a song or a little rhyming thing.
You didn't really miss anything. What we have of the Simpsons figures are up. So, that's all we've gone through. We do have some, if you're looking for specific ones that are not showcased, but everything we've talked about is up right now.
Is someone genuinely asking about what else we have?
What else do we have?
Okay, let's just take a moment. I mean, if that is what we're engaging, let's engage with our audience. And if right now somebody is inquiring about the Simpsons figures, let's talk a little bit more about them real quickly.
So Mr. Morris in the chat, Henry's not here this week, but look for him in following weeks. He'll be back.
So
he'll be taking your daughter's place on Saturday.
So what I'm going to do is, just so you have an idea of what we have, I won't get into too much talking about it. Maybe we can loop back around, but I want to let you know what we do have. Here is the Lunch Lady Doris and the Springfield Elementary cafeteria set. This one is what's the value of this? This is the that is actually a cheap one. This is only a $10 package or play set. And then we have the Selma Bouvier and the Springfield DMV play set. This is a $15 box set. All right. And then in terms of some figures, now these three back here. Now this one actually had a lot of value, but it is missing its code proof of purchase.
UPC proof of purchase.
Right.
For whatever reason was cut out.
Yeah.
And not told to us until ever.
So this is a box set that actually is the Dr. Nick's Office playset. Dr. Nick, that's another great side character.
Let me ask you real quick. Are some of these only available in the set? Is Dr. Nick available loose? Or is it just in the set?
Yeah, just in the set.
Interesting. Okay.
Yes, some of these sets you had to buy the set just to get the figure. I mean, that's a clever way to do it. And then you get variants and all that kind of stuff. All right, so this box usually is valued around $40 to $50. But because I honestly can't, this does knock its value down. It just does. I asked somebody who's a bit of a toy expert in the secondary market, and they acknowledge that usually something like that kind of kills about 40% of its value. So with that said, we're going to sell the Dr. Nick's Office for only $25, which is almost half what it's really valued at.
It's a coupon. It's a Marvel coupon. essentially. I mean,
Oh, is that is
you know,
okay? It's not proof of purchase, like a coupon.
no. I mean, it takes the value. It's like it's like cutting out a Marvel coupon.
Yes.
You know, it's going to lose something in the book.
Great point. Great point. So this is the Dr. Nick's Office playset at $25. And then here we have now all three of these are missing that. So here we go. It's missing its little proof of purchase. But this is the Officer Eddie and the Springfield Police Station playset. There we go. Now this set, all right, so it's usually around the $30 set, but again, because of the issue and everything like that, we're gonna sell this one for $20. All right, and then now this is another really fun side character. Plus, I like the little accessory that it comes with, which is a TV with Kent Brockman on it. But this is Jasper and the Springfield Retirement Castle. Now, again, it's missing its proof of purchase, so that's acknowledged in its price. Now, this thing usually is priced around $20 to $25, but you can have it tonight for $10. That's not too bad.
I feel like that's my character.
Yeah. That's.
I'm more of a Jasper than
I can definitely see that.
Sorry, Marshall.
Now, I'm not going to get into the price, but I'm going to show the figures. If any of the figures interest you, then we'll step back into price. But all of these figures, it's nice mint on box. But here we go. We got Lenny. Sorry, we don't have Carl. That would be pretty cool.
That'd be awesome.
If you wanted to purchase the police station with Officer Eddie, you could also get Officer Lou. Sorry, we do not have a Chief Wiggum figure. Yeah, Officer Lou is so good. You're under arrest. And then we have one of the kids. We got Database. There we go, little Database. And then we have, I love this guy. Shut up, Gil. Close the deal. We got Gil wearing the, God, what is that jacket? It was like when they were like realtors or something like that. Remember when Marge
was a realtor?
Yeah, and they wore the red jackets. This is the Gil figure who is...
Gil's going to win. Jack Lemmon.
Thank you, Jack Lemmon. Yes, that's who he obviously was.
He's the Glengarry Glen Ross.
The Yes, that's exactly who it is. Here we also have Superintendent Chalmers. No, I'm sorry, we do not have Principal Skinner.
That's how everybody knows it's a Hyundai.
It's a Hyundai. This one's a fun one. This is Ragin' Willie when he rips off his shirt and shows his washboard abs, and you even get the grease where he greases himself up.
And he does like Alien running through the...
Yes.
I'm sorry, that's my figure. That's what I look like.
There you go. Yeah. Ragin' Willie. And these are very... I don't know why I like these figures. Probably because I knew twins like this when I was in elementary school. You get your Sherry and Terry. There you go. So a two-set figures. Sherry and Terry. There we are. And is that it in regards to our figures?
How much is the Grease Willie?
The Ragin' Willie. Ragin' Willie is a $10 figure.
$10.
Yeah. So it's a $10 figure. So let us know if that interests you. Now, if you want some cheap figures, these are figures that also are missing their proof of purchase.
Before we do those, you want to do a quick break?
Oh, is it break time?
It's coming up on 7, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Let's do break time.
We'll do a break. We'll do these when we get back, everybody.
There's something for every imagination at your local comic shop. Visit comicshoplocator.com.
Hey, what's up, people? All right, let's real quickly. Let's just get back into this real fast, just so, and then we'll start talking about some comics and stuff. But let's finish off letting everyone know which figures we actually have for The Simpsons. We have the Plow King Barney, another classic episode. Like I said before, one of my all-time favorite secondary characters, Hans Moleman. Now, this one has some real value to it. This is a very sought-after figure. These are the double pack of Itchy and Scratchy. We also have Bleeding Gums Murphy, which comes with the Sax on the Beach album. If you are interested and you're into that Officer Lou and Officer Eddie, you could also get Officer Marge. There you go. The only Marge figure we have in this whole set. Yeah. Now here are, I think, the only two Homers that we have. This is Sunday Best Homer.
Nice.
And Casual Homer.
Nice.
Naked underwear, beer, chips, good stuff. And a famously voiced a guest star voice. We have number 1. Featuring the voice of Patrick Stewart. There you go. Oh, did somebody grab the Itchy and Scratchy? Nice, man. Itchy and Scratchy's sweet. Sweet figure. Now, real quick. If you're claiming the Itchy and Scratchy, you might want to know what the price is because it does have value. Now, Itchy and Scratchy usually ranges from around $30 to $40, but tonight we're going to sell it for $25. So just let us know if you still want it.
What's the price on the Bleeding Gums Murphy?
Oh, Bleeding Gums Murphy, that's one that has a little bit of value too. This is a $20 figure, okay? Yeah, that's a slightly rare one. So Bleeding Gums is $20. You know, now in terms of like really cheap ones, the last little grouping of figures that we have, they're missing their proof of purchases, and a couple of them are missing. There's this little like stamp that you could cut out to send away for, I think, a barbershop quartet figures. Now, so
yeah, one of these here.
Yeah,
you get a Skinner.
Yeah. So it's you get the Skinner thing. So these 5 figures. Yeah, there you go. So you see that? So these 5 figures are actually missing that coupon, and the way that the gentleman got the coupon out is they obviously kind of cut the opening a little bit. So technically speaking, these are not near mint on box or anything like that. So these are just $5 each, which I think most of these characters loose are around $5 to $10. So these we have 2 Luann Van Houtens. So there's one of the Luann Van Houten. We also have a database. There's what the other Luann. There's a cheap number 1. And then, that one we actually have to get back. This was a Dolph miss package.
Oh.
And now the last of the figures that we have, now these are missing their proof of purchases, but some of them have a teeny bit of value. So let me just make sure before I start shooting my mouth off. Yeah, like this Rainier Wolf Castle, this thing goes for around $35 to $40. So obviously we can't sell it for that much because it is not mint. But this is a $12 figure. And then we have Larry Burns, voiced by Rodney Dangerfield. We have a Kirk Van Houten. And one of my favorites, and a character that died, but most people weren't aware that he was dead until I think like the 200th episode.
Yeah.
We have Dr. Marvin Monroe.
I still don't know when did he die.
off camera.
It just happened.
It just happened, and you didn't know until
they announced it. I was like, I didn't.
Yeah. And the fun thing is about Dr. Marvin Moreau, you get the angry dad drawing that Bart drew, and you get the soft bats that the Simpsons family beat the shit out of each other with. So there we go.
If you take the foam off, they work better.
Yeah. So so then the only other figure that is not out is a play set, and that is the Reverend Lovejoy and the First Church of Springfield play set.
Very cool.
So there we go. So officially, that is all of the Simpsons figures, dioramas, and play sets that we have here tonight. So if you have any questions or you're curious about any of them, prices, what have you, let us know in the chat, and we'll help you out.
Is Dolph? You said Dolph is claimed, or it's going back?
No, Dolph is going back to the gentleman who because it was
it's a misprint.
It was a misprint. He likes the unique ones and stuff like that. Because we do have a normal Dolph figure up here, and he's only an $8 figure, and he even has a Radioactive Man cover.
Oh, yeah.
That's a cool accessory that keeps popping up.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is. I'm going to call that successful. We got through all of the Simpsons. Some people said that we would never get through them all, but we were able to, show off some Simpsons figures and stuff like that, which is actually kind of fun. I love these figures. My friend Omar has almost like the whole collection, and they're just beautiful. They're so cool. But now we are going to move on to comic books. All right. So let's see what we got. What did I do with my notes? Oh, they're down there. All right.
Too bad we didn't have that Moo Moo Homer. That would have been.
That was a play set.
Yeah.
But what did it come with?
Comes in the kitchen.
Oh, that's right. It's the Simpsons kitchen play set.
Yeah, he's got the white hat on.
And it comes with the bird, right? The little.
You know what? I'm just looking on the back. I can't tell.
Oh yeah. I'm pretty sure it does. All right, everyone. So now we're going to step back into comic books. So. What's the first ones we're going to talk about? All right, so we've already talked about all those that are up there. If anyone has any questions, let us know. Speaking of which, how's the chat doing? We okay?
Chat's good. Everybody's running through their favorite Simpsons episodes.
But we kind of thought it was going to be a little like that. In fact, wait a minute. This is a great opportunity to ask the question. In the Officer Eddie police station playset, they have a jail painted on the back, and in that jail is the old cat burglar character. Does anyone remember? Yeah.
What the episode is, or what?
Yeah.
We couldn't remember.
Yeah. Let's see if kind of crazy. I don't know if people can see. There he is a little bit. You can kind of see him. Yeah. We were just curious, chat, if anyone remembers what that episode was. What was its plot? What have you? If anyone remembers, let us know. It was just something that Al and I couldn't think of, and it was making our brain itch.
To Mr. Skinner, we did have Comic Book Guy. They both sold earlier, so I'm sorry.
Oh, yes. We did. In fact, those were the only two that sold in the first show, right?
Yeah, that was the first show.
Cool. Yeah. And then we came on here to the experience and sold a few more. Thank you so much, Mr. Unknown, and a few of the other people who picked up some of the figures.
To Mr. Skinner, you check out our Facebook. We do like 100 shows a week with different product on each show. So.
We haven't actually mentioned that at all yet tonight. If you enjoy what we do on our local show before this experience show or on the experience, you can always check us out on Mondays and Tuesdays on the Comic Book Shopping Network, which is on Facebook.com. We do an episode from 12 to 1.
From 12 to 1 and 4 to 6 on Mondays and 10 to 12 on Tuesdays. Primarily, it's comic books, but we may have some Simpsons toys this week. Who knows?
Why not? Who knows? I mean, sometimes you get people on those shows that
Absolutely.
Don't check us out. I mean, there's no harm in
But links to everything on our Facebook, including Instagram and our Twitter and our TikTok page and
our Rumble, our Grindr, our Tinder,
MySpace, and Friendster.
Oh yeah, definitely check out our Friendster page.
Black Planet, Asian Fusion.
I'm
just making up things now.
Yeah. What is it? Fishes and Loaves or something? One of those.
Okay, so Homer forms a vigilante group to catch a cat burglar.
Oh, okay, all right.
I vaguely remember that. I remember the picture of the guy, but that's
Yeah, like he probably was a guest star voice, like Gerard Depardieu or something like that.
he lived in a senior home. That's what it was.
Yes. There. Oh,
All right.
thank you, chat. We knew you guys would come through.
Thank you, Lord Howard Hurts.
Thank you, Lord Howard Hurts. Pleasure, man.
Cool.
All right.
Real quick, can I get the Raging Willie?
Yeah. We're
That sounds funny. Mr. Skinner, if you're not local, please hit us up in our email, fjccshow@gmail.com. I believe this is your first purchase with us. We'll get all your contact information. If you're local, just let us know you pick it up in one of our shops.
Yeah, we have a shop here in Philadelphia, Center City, Philadelphia. We have a shop over in Oakland and South New Jersey. But if you need us to ship it, you're going to please hit up our email, fjccshow@gmail.com, so we can get your contact information and shipping information.
And apologies. How much is Raging Willie?
Oh, Raging Willie is a $10 figure. $10. Yeah. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it. We were a little nervous. Like, more than anything, we were excited to talk about Simpsons.
Yeah, but we didn't.
But I couldn't gauge if there was as much interest in the figures recently. Which is why there were a couple points I thought I might buy. Well, I couldn't help myself. The Ralph Wiggum is still is somewhere, I think. The Bartman was really cool. We did have a Bartman. I think was sold early in this show, right?
Bartman sold. Yeah.
Yeah, that Bartman was real cool.
You guys got some good taste.
Yeah.
I picked some good ones. Nobody bought me yet. But
I applaud you guys. You mean the many of you, the Cletus you?
Either one.
They sort of bought the Raging Willie. That's sort of that was Al when he used to drink. That was us at 3:00 in the morning in January when we weren't allowed into a Coke party.
We should have stolen.
So we just drank more and ate soft pretzels in the middle of the night.
Pretzels, yeah. We said, "Oh, well, fuck it. We're not waiting for
In
that."
an icy night, man. It was freezing. Freezing. It was back when we used to have real winters.
What was the plan? That they were going to steal booze from those kids and come back out?
Yes.
And
But
they just stayed at the party and left us in the cold?
yeah, because John wanted me to come up with him, and we sent Ben up, which was like the worst thing that could have happened to John. The party was not a fan because we didn't bring any drugs.
Anyway, we should have taken all that money.
We should have. We were a little thuggier. We were a little thuggish at that, especially when Al and I would get drunk together. We'd get, let's say, mean.
It wasn't as pleasant as this is for everybody.
No. But the greatest thing ever was there was a period where Al and I would go out to bars and we would tell everyone we were brothers. And there's this great moment where this woman at a bar walks up to Al and goes, speaking about me, he goes, "Your brother's an asshole." And Al yells from across the bar, "Yo, Brendan, she really thinks we're brothers." Oh, it was the best. Oh, what a night. Anyway, let's talk about some comics. So here we go. All right, so the first ones we're going to talk about is our little magazine oversized books. We're going to dip our toe back into, many of you in the experience are not aware of our little fourth dimensional imp, CD, who sometimes allows us access into his pocket dimension, where we'll get some books every now and again to kind of show off, books that we don't normally have here at the shop or buried somewhere deep in the Greg hole. So these four are part of CD's little collection. So the first one up is The Rampaging Hulk #1. Now this is from 1977. It's a very fine copy at $30. The first thing is, this is the first appearance of the villain Killer Shrike. If you don't know who that is, look it up. He's a goofy-looking villain in some regards. He's got that weird yellow ponytail and the strange, kind of razor talon wrist things, but he never uses them as a cutting weapon. He shoots electricity or something. It's such a strange villain. But you get a Doug Mensch and a John Warner written story. You get some Walt Simonson art and John Buscema, and this cover is painted by a gentleman by the name of Ken Barr, who I am not familiar with.
Real quick to Mr. Skinner, you can absolutely watch anything you see on the show. If you watch it after the fact, just hit us up in the email. If it hasn't been claimed, it's no problem at all. We got a good amount of people that can't watch this show because they're a lot cooler. No, I don't know, because for whatever reason people don't watch it live.
Well, hey, Zaynan's not watching right now. That's why he hasn't shown up in the chat,
people, yeah.
because he's doing inventory. He had to go into work tonight to do inventory.
Some people, this isn't their job.
Yeah.
Working there.
Yeah. No, but seriously, all of our shows, if you want to check out facebook.com/FatJacksComic Crypt, that has all of our local shows. You get to see all of our technical issues.
Yeah. But no, you can absolutely, anything you see, just email us. And I mean, it may take a day or two to get back to you. But
yeah, but as long as we still have it and it was never claimed or sold, it's yours. All right. So next up.
Thank you, Mr. Brucci.
All right, Mr. Brucci. Thank you very much. All right. Next up is a couple Cull the Barbarians. But specifically, we're going to start with these two. Now, admittedly, I don't know how long this ran. I don't know if it was 3 issues, 4 or 5 issues. The one that has real value, I believe, is Cull and the Barbarians #3, because it is one of the very first times that in comic form they really told the extensive version of Red Sonja's origin. This is issue 1 and issue 2. So, I obviously talked up a book that we don't have. But it's part of the series that we do have 2 issues of. And the first one here is Cull and the Barbarians #1. All right, so this is from 1975. This is a very fine minus copy at $16. You get Roy Thomas, Ross Andrew, Wally Wood, Marie and John Severin, and Gil Kane. So a nice who's who of mid-70s sword and sorcery artwork. All right. And then we have Cull and the Barbarians #2, where you get a Red Sonja story, you get a Solomon Kane story. This is a fine copy at $10. And you get some Roy Thomas and Jerry Conway scripts. But here's the big thing. These are the artists, okay? I'm not familiar with Alan Weiss, but Alan Weiss is one of them. But that is not who you came here for. Really, who you came here for was Gil Kane, Howard Chaykin, Neil Adams, and Bernie Wrightson. So there you go. You got a who's who.
Who's who?
Yes.
All Culls claimed.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Mr. Lyon.
All right. Oh, even our Cull the Destroyer.
He said he'll claim all 3 Culls.
Okay, yeah. So Gary, let's just point this one out real fast. This is Marvel Preview from 1979, issue 19. It's a very fine copy at $8. It is a Cull story. It's a Thulsa Doom story, and some more Solomon Kane. So really nice little pickup, bud. Cool. So there we go. So
very cool. Thank you, Mr. Lyon.
Thank you, Gary. Appreciate it as always. Awesome. All right. Excuse me, a little sip of water here.
So the Red Sonja story starts in issue 2, and it's Chaykin, and then the origin. I guess it continues into
#3.
Yeah, so 3 is the origin issue, but you still get some Chaykin doing Red Sonja.
Yeah, and 3 seemed, from like my research, 3 seemed to be the out of that little series. 3 had the most value. Now again, I'm speculating a little bit from what I read. I didn't do a full deep dive into it or what have you. But it seemed like it was the first time they really got into really fleshed out Red Sonja's origin. But for all I know, there was a Robert E. Howard, because as far as I'm aware, Red Sonja was an amalgamation of 2 other characters.
She was like a comic creation.
Yeah, more than anything, she was a comic creation. Yeah, by Roy Thomas and.
It was Roy Thomas. I can't off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Frank Thorne, maybe?
I don't know, yeah, because I don't think Barry Windsor Smith was doing Conan by that point.
No, she was definitely.
What was that? Cull the Barbarian 22, 23, 24? Someone in the chat knows.
So Red Sonja was 77. So the Cull stuff was 75.
Oh, okay. So there we go. Okay, so they were fleshing out his origin within those stories.
Very cool.
But regrettably, we did not have #3. I always love when we talk more about a book we don't have than the books we do have.
Everybody stay tuned for our anniversary show with Michael Dudikoff. Thank you, Mr. Lime. You got your Culls, no problem.
All right. Real quickly, let's talk about this little row we got here right now. Let's kind of stick in this late 60s at this point. Here we have Tales to Astonish #100. This is Marie Severin. This is the cover by her and all the interior. This is a jam band piece of a book where the Hulk and Namor fight throughout Miami for the whole book. Now, here's the funny thing. This is graded at a good plus, all right? And it's still valued at $12. This is a book that there's nothing super key about it, but it is such a beloved issue. It's for anyone who likes Namor, for anyone who likes the Hulk. This is an issue that everyone keeps bringing up because at the time, especially in the late 60s, I believe this was 69, like a whole issue of just characters, especially these kinds of characters, just beating the hell out of each other was not that it didn't happen as often as you might think. But this is Tales to Astonish 100. Like I said, good plus. Primarily the good plus is because, where is it? Right there. Okay. So right there is about a 1-inch tear. That's just like our Tales to Astonish 90. What is with Tales to Astonish and people tearing them? Is it because the battle is so badass? It's like after I saw Kickboxer for the first time and I walked out of the theater and I was like, yeah, I'm going to be a kickboxer. And then 30 years later, I went, this movie sucked. But there we go. Tales to Astonish, good plus, $12. And we have, now this is a beautiful one. This is Submariner number 14. Now this is a fine plus copy at $25. Now, the big thing in this issue, you'll see here, that's the Human Torch. That is obviously not Johnny Storm, but it isn't the original Human Torch, the android, either. It is, in fact, Toro, who was the Golden Age Human Torch's sidekick. Now, this is technically the first modern appearance, so the first time post-Golden Age that Toro showed up was in this issue here. But for anyone who's, taking score, he doesn't make it out of this issue. It's his one and only appearance in the modern age because Namor kills him.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if he kills him or they're like fighting the Mad Thinker or something like that. But this is another issue illustrated by Marie Severin, who the more research I do about like Marvel, she did so much work that I can't understand. She's a woman. Why she doesn't get more love and attention from the comic community?
Virtually none.
None.
Like none.
I wonder why that is. Woman. Maybe comics are a little bit too much of a boys' club sometimes. Some men don't like when women are involved. But, teach their own.
And to all our female viewers, we don't feel it.
And speaking of ladies, this is a cover that I absolutely love. For any of you who's not aware, Hawkeye series is coming out, I believe, in December on Disney+, and it's going to primarily focus, yes, Clint Barton will be a part of it, but the main character that the show is primarily about is Kate Bishop, the Hawkeye there, but she's hanging out with America Chavez, the character that will be appearing in Doctor Strange 2, the Madness of the Multiverse, or whatever it is. But more importantly, and the reason why I love this cover is because hashtag life is better with a dog. There you got Pizza Dog, who is a character from the Matt Fraction David Aja series of Hawkeye, and probably one of the best single issues of a comic book ever. And I give Aja so much credit. It's the issue where it's all silent and it's all told from the POV of Pizza Dog. And so everything isn't words as much as they're symbols. And it's beautiful and it's brilliant. This is the first cover appearance of all three of these characters being together. And it's gorgeous. I think it's Robbie Villalobos or Ramon Villalobos. I apologize for not getting the name properly correct. But if you're curious, it's on our Instagram page. This is a very fine near mint copy at $8. All right, and trust me, anything doing Kate Bishop in the next few months is going to get hotter and hotter and bigger, and people are clamoring for covers like that. Speaking of speculation, let's step into the world of the boys. For many of you, some of these characters are going to start appearing in the third season. Some of these characters have already appeared. Yes.
You got those issues I left for you. I think.
Which ones? Oh, it's these two. It's
yeah,
these
okay.
two.
Cool.
Yeah, it's these two. So here we have The Boys, issue 19. Very fine near mint copy at $8. What makes this book significant is it is the first appearance of this character, Lamplighter. There you go. And now this is one, because these characters are going to show up, or at least one of the characters, and maybe most of them, they're definitely showing up in the third season. So people are kind of curious. And in fact, I'm pretty sure one of these characters is played by, is his name Jensen Ackles? He was in Supernatural. He was the older brother in Supernatural. But he's playing Soldier Boy, I'm pretty sure. Chat, if I'm wrong, let me know. But this issue, The Boys, issue number 52, very fine near mint at $12. First appearance of Soldier Boy, and the first appearance of all these other characters that are, God, what was their name? Chat, what's the name of this team? Do my job for me. Team America, Team All-Stars, All-Star Flag Wavers, Fake Patriots. I don't know. They're probably there on January 6th. But anyway, this is a $12 book.
Can I get to 52?
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you to the unknown.
Thank you, unknown. All right. And it's not a speculation. It's just a nice little step back into a classic cover and a transitional issue, and that is The Amazing Spider-Man 251, the end of the Hobgoblin storyline, and the issue where at the very end, Peter goes into Central Park and he finds a structure and he steps through it, and bang, you get Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars. And then the issue that precedes this one, issue number 252, is the first appearance of Black Costume Spider-Man. So this is a very fine near mint copy at $12. All right, good stuff. Oh, in case anyone was curious, there are two books from our local show that I haven't mentioned here on The Experience. No one's brought them up, but I'll still point them out anyway. This here is Legends issue number 3 from 1985, 1986. This issue is key primarily because it is the first appearance of Amanda Waller and the first appearance of the Suicide Squad. Obviously not the Suicide Squad that most people recognize from the films, but still a little key issue. If anything else, first appearance of Amanda Waller is pretty cool. This is a very fine near mint copy at $20. And for anyone who's in the mood for some Moon Knight, this is a hardcover of a storyline called Countdown to Dark by Doug Munch and Bill Sienkiewicz. But something we were talking about on the local show, this hardcover does not collect the Marvel Spotlight story or the 1980 Moon Knight series. Because in fact, there was a little Moon Knight storyline that was going on in a Marvel magazine called Hulk! Exclamation point. And so this collects Hulk! Exclamation point, issue number 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 20, and Marvel Preview 21. This retails usually for $30, but we were selling it tonight for $15, so half off. All right.
We're going to take a quick break.
Break time.
Our last break, everybody. We'll see you in a minute.
All right, cool.
To be continued. 3 little words that hold the secret to the next great story. 3 words that will thrill you, confound you, give life to new possibilities. Every variation of To Be Continued is a promise of adventure, a promise of excitement, a promise of unseen wonders and unexplored worlds. A promise that every issue you read makes you a part of a never-ending journey, and behind every page there will be an unopened door waiting for you. This story to be continued at your local comic book shop today. Visit comicshoplocator.com today.
If you were privy to what I see on a daily.
No, yeah.
Hey,
Hey, everybody.
Hey, what's up?
Not talking about you guys.
Not at all. We were sharing saucy stories about people. All right, so this is our last section. This is our last segment of the show. We do have our hard out. So really, what time is it? How much time do we really have?
We got about 20 minutes.
So about 20 minutes. Okay.
24 if you want to get technical.
Nah, they can have their heart out. We
might leave early. We'll do whatever the fuck we want.
But one thing we are going to do is, for anyone who's interested, again, if you have any questions about what we've talked about, if you have any questions about some of the figures, Simpsons figures and stuff, please don't hesitate to hit us up in the chat. We'll stop. But what we're going to do now is we're just going to have some fun for the last last 20 minutes or so. And this box I have right here is our $2 box. So every book that is in here is going to sell. If you want it, if you claim it, it's $2. Okay. Now the reason why they're not dollar books is because I've kind of looked through them all. I graded them. They're usually all in the very good to fine range, and they are all valued somewhere with those grades. They're valued somewhere between usually about $5 to $10. A lot of them average out around like $6 to $8. Okay. Now we have primarily Marvel and DC, and mostly they are late Silver Age and early mid Bronze books. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull them out. I'll show it to you. If Al and I have a clever little quip to say, or if anyone has something they want to add, they recognize it, it's a favorite from their childhood or something, please let us know. Because as much as I want to sell comic books, one of the main reasons I like doing this is not only to hang out with Al, but I enjoy just talking about comics with people. Again, supposedly the mission statement of the experience is trying to create the experience of hanging out in a comic book shop. So this is kind of like hanging out in a comic book shop, all reminiscing about, favorite eras and all that kind of stuff. So with that said, let me take a drink real quick. All right, I'm hydrated, so I can be no lightning round or anything like that. I'm not going to blow out but we're just going to talk about comics. So the first one up I'm going to pull out here is Super Friends. Super Friends issue number 32. The Scarecrow is fighting everybody, it seems.
It's autographed on the back.
Ah!
It says an autograph. It's not going to take away from the value. We're not going to charge you extra.
In fact, this might give it more value.
I mean, this guy, he hasn't been in the news for a while.
What's so funny about show them your heels.
What is that?
If you murder somebody and you want to get away with it, you better show them your heels as you're running away, as the juice will tell you. If anything else, buy it for $2 just so you can frame this image. So there you go, Super Friends 32. Again, I'm not going to say the price. They're all $2.
$2 lightning round. Thank you, Mr. Lyon. You put it in the chat for me.
Oh, thank you, Gary. All right, next. Ooh, Master of Kung Fu, where they fight a bunch of cyclopses or something. This is The Hands of Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu, issue 73. $2. Dos. Oh, now we got Power Man and Iron Fist, issue number 89. Do I recognize that? Dennis Cohen. Ooh, early Dennis Cohen art, who just recently illustrated the new issue of Hardware with Bill Sienkiewicz.
Oh, did he do the issues too?
I'm pretty sure he did like the layouts or the breakdowns, and then Sienkiewicz did the finishes. Because everyone was like, "Oh no, Bill Sienkiewicz did the art." I'm like, no, Dennis Cohen also did some of the art. But let's not. Cool. All right, there we go. Some Power Man and Iron Fist. Oh, now we have a Marvel team-up issue. There we go. Spider-Man and the Scarlet Witch, guest starring The Vision. By My Friends Betrayed. There we go. This is Marvel team-up issue number 130 from 1983. All right. That seems like an Ed. No, this is John Romita Jr. Terry Austin cover. I was like, I kind of recognize that. Yeah, John Romita Jr. All right. Next up, we have a Neil Adams cover of World's Finest. This is World's Finest 245, Wonder Woman, Black Canary, Green Arrow, the original Vigilante, Martian Manhunter, Superman, and Batman fighting Martians.
Do you have a second Power Man and Iron Fist in there?
I probably have more Power Man and Iron Fist. I don't know if I have a second copy of that issue. Do they want more Power Man and Iron Fist?
I don't know.
How about this? Here we go.
We're going to do our best to fulfill all the claims, but if you miss out on one, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're very these are $2 books. Like, that's a gorgeous Neil Adams World Finest. I don't know if we're going to have many doubles, but I will hear 4 Power Man and Iron Fist comics. So let's go Power Man and Iron Fist number 88. If he misses, his partner is dead. That is Power Man throwing a telephone line. Power Man and Iron Fist number 105. Some goofy-ass 80s character telling them to stand aside because they're a bunch of has-beens. That's really mean. A nice John Byrne cover of Power Man and Iron Fist 107. Is somebody hitting Power Man with a brick fist? Oh, the Hammer of Judgment. The dude has a hammer for a hand. And then Power Man and Iron Fist by Ron Wilson. 108. There you go. They're getting shot by lasers or something. There you go.
Mr. Lime will donate your Power Man and Iron Fist to Mr. Skinner.
All right. There
we go. I like
Gary, that's good camaraderie.
I like the chat. I like how the chat works.
Nice. I like the chat too, especially when they do our job for us.
Hey, you can't go wrong.
No.
You can't.
With that World's Finest, there you go.
Indeed.
All right. There we go. Next up, we have Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes, issue number 256. All right. There's Brainiac doing his best version of Macaulay Culkin in Home Alone. This is your life and you're dead, Brainiac. That's a Dick Giordano cover. All right. Now we have an issue of Superman Family. There's Superman Family 204. You got Supergirl, you got Jimmy Olsen, you got Lois Lane, Ross Andrew, and Dick Giordano cover. Good stuff. Jimmy Olsen, reporter of 1,000 Faces. And look, some kid is trying to sell cereal or something to Clark Kent. What a crappy little kid. Leave me alone. Go sell your Girl Scout cookies somewhere else. Next up, we have another World's Finest. I don't believe this is a Neil Adams cover, but you get a Batman, you get Superman, you get Red Tornado, you get a Robin story, and they fight magical monsters. World's Finest 265. All right, what else do we have here? Let's grab this one. Swamp Thing, issue number 11. Now, this is the first volume of Swamp Thing, not the saga of Swamp Thing, which would inevitably dovetail into the very famous and one of my all-time favorite, the Alan Moore Swamp Thing runs. But here we go. Swamp Thing issue number 11. Of course, don't forget, all of these are $2. Now we have the Avengers starring in Marvel Triple Action to Tame a Titan. A nice Ernie Chan cover. You get Hercules and Goliath and Hawkeye and the Wasp fighting Hades? Somebody? I don't know. But Marvel Triple Action. There you go. Nice Avengers reprint. Oops, speaking of a super team, here we have a Justice League issue. This is Justice League of America, issue number 180. You get Firestorm, Black Canary, Superman, Green Arrow. Oh, Jim Starlin. This is a Jim Starlin cover. All right. There we go. Justice League of America 180.
Real quick, to
Yes.
freeze, we have Avengers vs. X-Men. They're both issue 7. One is, what is this? Assad?
That's a variant. That's an Assad Rivik.
This is a $15 variant, and the regular cover is $10. So the variant, it's a variant price.
It's a variant price. We didn't.
But they're both issue 7.
Yes. Yeah. They're both issue that ends with Namor riding a big wave and obliterating Wakanda. All right. Next up, we have. Oh, this is cool. DC Superstars presents an all-new giant secret origins of supervillains. Cool. It's Two-Face, Super Gorilla Grodd, Dr. Light, just beating up on Hawkman and Green Lantern. Good stuff. Grodd's first battle with Green Lantern, Dr. Light's debut against Hawkman. Is this a reprint? Do these actually reprint the issues, or they just retell the issues? Oh, Rich Buckler did the art? I think it's just a retelling. So no, it is not a. It's not a reprint of original. Yeah, it's still cool. God, these books were so much fun. So weird.
Real quick,
Yes.
Mr. Skinner in the chat. You missed, not missed out, but I mean, yeah, you were just a little bit after the fact on both claims. Just for your information, what do you say? Yeah, I guess that's what you say. The Facebook is just a slightly bit slower than the YouTube. So more often than not, the YouTube, it's a little quicker in the chat. I don't know why that is, but just so you know, for future reference.
We're sorry. We run into this a lot.
The
experience, they have like timestamps and stuff,
it's all
but
time, so we're not like trying to dick you over and miss out on any books.
if anything else, if we were to make any recommendation, and I'm pretty sure some of the audience would say the same thing. If you have the ability to access both the Facebook feed and the YouTube feed, go with the YouTube feed because it's a teeny bit quicker. All right, so sorry about that, man. We always feel weirdly guilty.
Yeah, we're really not trying to be dicks.
Yeah.
It's just the nature of the tech.
Right, yeah. Hey, the fact that we haven't lost our live feed yet or it hasn't frozen is exceptional. All right, moving on. The Man Who Never Lived. Here we have Action Comics 427. You even get an Atom backup feature. But there we go. The Superman that never was or never will be. Action Comics 427. Again, if you're picking up on this late, these are all $2 books. Ooh, now we have Superman 338. Our 40th anniversary super spectacular, an explosive extra-length novel. Supergirl and Superman blowing up the bottle city of Kandor. All right. Let's see what we got. Let's jump ahead here. We have The Human Fly, #1. A book that actually has value, but no one ever wants to purchase it. It's the first fantastic issue. It is the first appearance of The Human Fly, the first appearance of Death to Fire, and supposedly it is based on a real stuntman. I don't know. But if anyone wants for $2, this weirdly got kind of folded. Sorry about that, but it's only $2. Superman being a dick. Nothing like it. Superman 297. Superman watches as Clark Kent gets beat up. Fun times. Superman 297. Is that a Neil Adams? I can't tell. So Superman 297. Superman being a dick. Yes.
I believe we have more than one Human Fly.
Oh, no, we have.
So we'll be able to fill all the requests for the Human Fly.
Oh, if you want the entire series of the Human Fly, we have it for you.
No, they all want #1.
Oh, we got plenty. Do you genuinely want #1?
I mean, I got 1, 2, 3 different people so far. that have claimed number one.
Do we sell them all for $2? Because we'll never sell them for the $20 they're valued at.
I mean, who's willing to pay 20 and then you can pay 20? Otherwise,
Too bad. We're doing Human Fly at $2 from this point on. We should just bundle Human Fly. It's like $5 to get the whole series. We'll do a Super Pro, NFL Super Pro all over again. Oh, here we go. Captain Marvel. This is Marvel Spotlight number 3, the Eon Encounter. There you go. From 1979, Captain Marvel fights Eon, a big booger, a big cosmic booger. All right, cool. We got another Power Man and Iron Fist, where Montenegro returns. Dennis Cohen again, Klaus Janson. Cool stuff. This is Power Man and Iron Fist issue number 80. All right. What else? Oh, Man Bat! I've got you in the palm of my hand, Man Bat, and now you're going to die. You're going to die, not pleasure yourself, because the 10-eyed man is out for your head. Wow, there's a lot of jokes there. This is Man Bat number 2. Is this one that has Steve Ditko art? No, it is not. It's Pablo Marcus. But you do get the 10-eyed man, who has one of the goofiest costumes of all time. That guy right there. I don't know. It's pretty cool. I'd wear that shirt. Man Bat number 2. All right. Now we have, Adventure Comics 396. This is a cover that actually ended up on our Instagram page and got a lot of love. This is Supergirl with amnesia being adopted out to 2 of the creepiest parents I've ever seen, and I'm pretty sure this guy sexually abuses his adopted children. Adventure Comics 396 with Supergirl.
that's a good time.
Oh, is that too far? Okay, honestly, look at this asshole.
No, he's a scumbag.
Right? Scumbag, right? Just a scumbag. Anything $2, just buy that just for the cover alone. It's part of that wonderful kind of era of late Silver Age, early Bronze Age DC. Now we have a Rich Buckler, Dick Giordano, Adventure Comics number 478 with Animal Man, Plastic Man, and Aquaman. The Trinity of Men. Yeah, there we go. And an appearance of Black Manta. He's invading Atlantis, and nuclear missiles are about to hit everything. And Aquaman even gets 2 heads. Isn't that so cool? It must have been all the plastic in the ocean. Adventure Comics 478. All right. This is a fun one. DC Superstars Giant presents Strange Sports Stories, where all of your favorite DC superheroes play baseball. Instead of a ball, they use the head of Lex Luthor and Joker to punch them a bunch. And you get some random guy who's obviously dressed up like a baseball player but has like a weird mask or something. This is DC Superstars Giant number 10. All right. Ooh, here's a fun one. We get some freedom fighters. Here we are, the Gallant Warriors from World War II. Freedom Fighters number 8. Uncle Sam is the symbol of America, and he wants the Crusaders to know it. There you go. Freedom Fighters number 8. All right, what else? Ooh, here's a fun one. Marvel 2-in-1, issue number 53. The Thing in Quasar. At last, the saga of the Project Pegasus. Plus, you get the Mystery of Wondar, the goofiest, like, hippie character, whatever. Marvel 2-in-1, 53. Another Master of Kung Fu. There we go. Master of Kung Fu 123. She is the person he most loves and most fears. That's probably his mother, because I'm pretty sure that's the relationship of most men with their mother. I have no idea who Alan Zelenetz is, who is the writer. I have no idea who William Johnson is, who is the illustrator. But, Al, can you guess who inked this book? And I'll give you a hint. They were big in the 80s illustrating for Marvel, and then they changed their art style, and in the 90s created their own original character, and they became super famous in the 90s, and their original 90s character even starred in 3 movies.
What the fuck?
Mike Mignola inks this issue of Master of Kung Fu
Interesting.
from a script and a penciler I've never heard of before in my life. But Master Kung Fu 123, Mike Mignola inks. Oh, of course, man. It's too unique. Gotta grab that. All right, next we have the Avengers starring in Marvel triple action. Avengers beware, because Magneto walks the earth. That's right. Avengers versus Magneto. Marvel triple action, issue 39.
So Alan Zelenitz?
Yes.
People thought he was Alan Moore pseudonym for a long time.
Really? When Alan Moore was trying to be like pencil? So I guess everyone's decided that's not the case anymore? All right, here's a fun one. Ed Hannigan doing his best John Byrne. Oh, actually, no, it's because John Byrne inked Ed Hannigan. That makes sense. Marvel 2-in-1, issue 99. Thing with Rom. There you go. Marshall, are you watching? It's Rom, buddy. Thing and Rom. Marvel 2-in-1, 99. There we go. All right, what do we have? Oh, this is Jack Kirby, guys. Jack Kirby for $2. This book actually has a little bit of value. But again, this is part of the $2 box. This is DC first issue special number 5, Manhunter. This has, all right, this double page spread, which showed up on our Instagram page, this is worth the $2 alone. It's the Manhunter having an argument with a bunch of faces on a wall.
Oh, that's wild.
God, 70s Kirby is the best. 70s Kirby was just like, when he was just like, F it. He's like, you're all a bunch of idiots. I'm going to do whatever weird thing comes to mind. Again, guys, Kirby, $2. I mean, that double page spread is worth $2. All right, now we have DC Superstars presents the Teen Titans. Number 1. They fight a really bad version of the Doom Worms, and they fight a weird creep in a... is he a decathlon star? I mean, I don't even know who this guy is. DC Superstars presents Teen Titans number 1. All right. Oh, this is a fun one. The Secret Society of Supervillains special from 1977. Captain Comet and the Justice League join up to fight the supervillains. Bizarro, Killer Grodd, Poison Ivy, Sinestro, some guy I have no clue who he is. Let's call him Killer Moth. I don't know. Anyway, Secret Society Supervillains special. Only $2. Good stuff. Oh, look at this awesome Justice League cover. Am I foolish? Should I not be selling this for $2? Doesn't matter. Justice League of America, Apocalypse Now. Look at that awesome Dark Side cover with all the cool, kind of versions of the Justice League at the time and everything. 25 all-new action-packed pages starring the world's greatest superheroes. Justice League of America, 184. All right. Oh, and hey, if you want, you can get the second part of that storyline, Justice League of America 185. This is it. Darkseid Rising, the shattering end of an epic. There you go. So, man, whoever's grabbing that 184 for $2 more, you get 185, two-parter. Good stuff. All right, next up, what do we have in here? Let's pull out. Let's go with another World's Finest. There we go. A Garcia Lopez and Dick Giordano cover. Look at that awesome melting Batman. That's a really cool image. This is World's Finest 248. You get not only your Batman and Superman story, but you also get Black Canary, Wonder Woman, Green Arrow, and again, the original Vigilante. But if anything, if you're buying it for that awesome little melty Batman image. So that's World's Finest 248.
And you get OJ selling cowboy boots on the back of it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you can't run away in athletic sneakers, then you could probably run away and leave bloody footprints with your boots that somebody will ruin and the evidence will be inadmissible and he'll get off from technicalities. Anyway, next up. Okay, this is a good one. All right. Now, it's only $2 because this book actually has some value, but it's not in the best condition. It's good condition. But, but what's cool about this is Man Bat number 1. This is the issue that I thought Steve Ditko illustrated, and you guessed it, I was correct. So if you want some Man Bat illustrated by Steve Ditko for only $2, this is the copy for you. Man Bat number 1. Here we go. All right, what's next up? Oh, let's do another Master of Kung Fu, Shang-Chi. Oh, this is cool. Okay, so Master of Kung Fu 121, all right? But what's neat about this one is Stephen Grant wrote it, but this is early Dave Mazzucchelli art. And if you're not familiar with who Dave Mazzucchelli is, probably the two most famous comic book works he ever worked on was the Daredevil Born Again storyline, written by Frank Miller, and the Batman Year One storyline, also written by Frank Miller. Dave Mazzucchelli is just a next level illustrator who, like, this is pretty, like, the art's not fully there in terms of how I recognize it, but yo, holy crap, man. Did you see this? The Further Adventures of Indiana Jones, written by Denny O'Neil and illustrated by John Byrne and Terry Austin. That's pretty cool. Did you see that like, image?
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. Yeah. Also, talk about some old school. Look at that Dark Crystal advertisement. God, man, I love that movie. Still do. What am I talking about? All right. Next up, a Marvel 2-in-1. Thing versus the Ghost Rider Death Race. Marvel 2-in-1 issue number 80. Nothing like some Thing and some Death Race. Who did this one? Tom DeFalco and Ron Wilson. Inked by Chick Stone. What a name. Chick Stone. Oh, we got another Power Man and Iron Fist. Go to a vacation paradise. Is this Frank Miller or Klaus Janson? Who did this cover? They don't tell you. This is that period. Mary Jo Duffy and Kerry Gamil. Power Man and Iron Fist number 70 with a cover that could be Klaus Janson or maybe Frank Miller. Who knows? But Power Man and Iron Fist number 70.
It's like, yeah.
It's time?
Yeah, we're thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. We have a really hard out, so we're going to probably be pushed out really quickly. We really appreciate you hanging out with us. Anyone who came from the local show, thank you for being patient with our technical issues. We'll be back next week, 4:30 on our Facebook.com/Fat Comic Crypt, and 6 o'clock to 8 here back on The Experience. We'll have more comics, whatever.
Just check the Facebook. It's got links to all the shows and Instagram. We thank you to everybody for watching. And enjoy your week. Be safe.
All right, everyone. Take care. Peace.